Welcome to the Bold Book of the Day with Dr. Denise Nicholson, a show that is a central hub and safe space for authors to share their stories. The Bold Book with Dr. Denise begins now.
Hey everyone, welcome to Bold Book of the Day. My name is Dr. Denise Nicholson, and this podcast is for anyone looking for inspiration. Today's episode is with someone very special, my grandson, Mr. Noah Nicholson. Welcome, Noah.
Thank you for welcoming me, Grandma.
Yeah, so today we're talking about, you must be saying, why is Noah on the podcast? Did he write a book? No, he didn't write a book. But this series, we're talking to people that has been on my retreat. And Noah had the pleasure to come to Africa with me, him and his sister. And so I wanted to ask him about how he enjoyed the retreat. And of course, he's going to tell us what book he is recommending for you to read. He is an avid reader and he was reading on the trip. So, yes, he will be recommending a book. So, thank you so much, Noah. Welcome, welcome. And please tell us a little bit about yourself and what do you do and what grade you're in.
So, I'm in the 7th grade and I play football. I read comic books
Yes, he's a
and
good
I
reader.
go outside and play with my friends sometimes.
Yes. So you spend a lot of times with your friends outside, or you spend a lot of times on your video games with friends? Because I know nowadays that's what's up with kids your age.
Yeah, so I play video games with them.
Oh, so and go outside because you said you'll go outside too.
Yeah, and go outside.
So thank you for coming on my podcast and willing to share about your experience at the Quantum Leap retreat. It was a beautiful experience for me, and I wanted to share with the audience a little bit about Africa. We did go to two countries, South Africa and Zimbabwe. So tell me, where did you travel from to go to this retreat?
I traveled from Rockland, New York to Johannesburg, and in Johannesburg, I had a lot of fun. I love the hotel. I love the food. And I'm so glad I went to Johannesburg with an open mind, with like eating food, trying new things, and especially experiencing the different cultures. I really loved everything about Johannesburg.
Nice. Johannesburg is nice. It's kind of city like also.
It is.
Yeah. Were you surprised of the
Um,
aesthetics?
yes, I was. It was like here in Rockland. Like
Yeah.
it was a Chinese place. There was a fast food place, which was really cool.
Yeah. And what was the highlight of the retreat for you? I know we went to Johannesburg and then we went to Cape Town and then we left and went to Zimbabwe. What was the highlight of the trip for you?
The highlight of the trip would be me going to Victoria Falls and seeing like the nice water, it going down and everything. That was really nice. And also going to Zimbabwe and experiencing buffalo and
Yeah, and the safari. Yes,
in
the
the
buffalo is
safari.
right up next to us. Yeah. What else did you see at the safari?
I also saw giraffes. I
Mm-hmm.
saw a family giraffes, which
Yeah.
is rare because they don't really like go in a family to get together
Right.
all the time.
Right. Right.
I also saw like a baby elephant, and that
Mm-hmm.
was really cool because it came like right next to us.
Yes, I remember the guide sharing with us that the only reason why this elephant came so close is because he's young, and so he was like the adult mature ones would never do that because they could sense danger or they would just not take the chance. But y'all young people, you like to take chances, so that was nice. What when you were going to this trip, I know we talked a lot about it, and I talked about the TEDx talk that you were going to do. Again, congratulations on that.
So much.
That was amazing. You did such a wonderful job. and you were anticipating that, but what was your intention going into this retreat with your grandma?
My intention of going into this retreat with my grandma was I was gonna go to Johannesburg, do my TED talk, and then um, eat some cool food, and then probably go swimming, and then come back home. But instead of doing that, I did something more. To I went to a tourist place. I forgot the name, but
Hmm.
there was really nice. They had these nice handmade wallets.
Oh, okay. Yes, I remember.
I actually brought one from Africa. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yes. Yes, that was in Cape Town at the watershed, right? When we
Mhm.
went to those shops.
Yeah.
Man, they had really cool leather goods there. And the lady that you supported, she told you a story about.
How like she makes the belts and the
Mhm.
husband makes the wallets.
Yes.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a nice little relationship.
Yeah, that was family thing, you know? So that was your, what was you expecting going? Oh, yes, you said you wanted to have some cool foods and enjoy the place, which you did, but
Mhm.
you did more than that. You had lots of cool foods. Can you please share with us some of the foods that you had, Noah, that I
Um,
wouldn't eat?
I had antelope, buffalo,
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
and
Probably would have that.
then I was going to have shark's tail, but it didn't look that cool.
You thought twice about that.
Mhm.
Wow.
And I love the way they cook their food.
Hmm.
It's pretty cool. I don't know how they do it though, but it's like dry.
Oh, they dry out the meat. Hmm. Yeah, some of the meat that they have, they dry out the meat. Very very cool. Now, when you go back to school, you're going to have a really pretty neat
Vacation story.
vacation story, right? Do they still do that? Where you talk
Yeah,
about where you've
yeah.
been? Okay. Oh my goodness. And you're going to share with the class that you went to another continent. Like,
And then I also went to like what the tip of South Africa. That was
yes,
cool. And I
it's the
like
tip of Africa. Someone bought uh, a memorabilia and it showed where we were. I really haven't gotten a picture of that yet. So I'm gonna share that soon as I get it.
that
Yes,
was
Noah.
that was cool, but
Yeah.
it was cold. And
Yes, it was freezing.
also, when I was going to Africa, I thought, "Oh, it's gonna be so hot," but no, it was like New York City winter. It's
It's true. It's true. We needed to bundle up, wear our coats, um, really cover up because it was freezing cold. It was winter there, and they told the person that we were talking to told us that, oh yeah, you're just gonna need a sweater or a jacket in the evenings. No, it was freezing cold,
related.
and
Uh-huh.
yeah, and we needed winter coats, okay, because they were all wearing their winter coats and down jackets and boots. Yes, they were. But yeah, we did expect for it to at least be, warmer, but it was still enjoyable. And where you're talking about that we went to the most southwestern tip of the earth or the tip of Africa is the Cape of Good Hope.
Yeah, the Cape of Good Hope.
Yeah. And your grandfather took y'all up on the top of the hill.
hmm
And I was like, this is too cold for that. I am not going any further. Yeah. How did that make you feel while you were there?
Um, the view was very nice. I loved the
Mhm.
view. And I was like, not many people can say that they're at the tip of South Africa.
That's right. That's right. Okay. And my baby was there with his grandma and grandpa and his sister. You get to share that moment with your sister forever. Now, when you were going to this trip, you were also preparing for the TEDx talk. How did you prepare for such an important talk? This is one of the biggest stages in the world. How did you prepare for that?
Well, studied at home in Rockland,
Uh-huh.
and I also what else did I do? Oh, I practiced with you, Grandma.
Yes.
And then what else did I do? Oh, I also practiced in front of the group that came to the quantum leap.
Yes. Yeah.
And
That
it
helped you a lot.
helped me a lot because when I went up to the stage, I felt confident, and
Yeah.
I think I did it pretty smoothly.
You did. It was pretty smooth. You did a really great job. I can't wait to share with you guys his video because it was, like you said, pretty smooth. And his topic is really neat. And I think children, everyone, a lot of people will learn a lot from your your story, your TED talk. So I can't wait to put it out there. I can't. It's going to be uploaded on TEDx, but they do take some time to
Mm.
review it and to make sure that it meets their standards again. And soon you guys will get to share it, to see it. So you prepared by and practicing with me, practicing with the group, and you spend a lot of time also preparing with the TEDx talk guide, right? The TEDx trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah. How often did you meet with him?
Every Thursday
Mm-hmm.
for like 4 or 5 weeks.
So you invested a lot of time
Mhm.
preparing for this very important TED talk.
And also sacrificed his time because in Africa, it's when we used to meet up, it would be in the afternoon for me, but for
Mm-hmm.
him, it would be like 1 a.m.
Oh wow. Oh, yes, because the time difference, my goodness, that's considerate of you to recognize that. Listen, I better be at this appointment because he's sacrificing his time for me too. Yeah, very nice. Um, we talked about preparing for TEDx, but we also went on this retreat. What's wrong with your eyes?
No, 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 no.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll cut that part. Okay, so we talked a lot about preparing for the TEDx talk, but we also were on this beautiful retreat slash vacation because we are sightseeing and spending some time learning about ourselves. What did you learn about yourself during this trip?
What did I learn about myself during this trip? Well, I learned that what did I learn?
You were telling me about the people, how you, when you were at the
Oh,
fancy hotel. Okay, so I'll ask the question again.
yeah.
And so, what did you learn from this trip?
What I learned from this trip was to appreciate the service workers around you, because um when I was going from Johannesburg to Cape Town, the driver that was driving us there were these zinc homes, and
Mm-hmm.
in those homes, there would be the workers that would go to the hotels and they would work their butts off
Mm-hmm.
to make sure the beds were clean, the bathroom were clean, um, and
They
um,
took care of us. Yeah.
they took care of us very well. And
Mm-hmm.
then they go back to their zinc homes, and
Mm-hmm.
the zinc homes aren't very well built at all.
Mm-hmm.
They're like man-made structures. They're good.
Mm-hmm.
Like there could be water dripping in front from the roof because like it might not be even.
Yeah.
I saw.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did notice that there were a lot of zinc homes in Cape Town on our way to the, like you said, the hotel, and how some of the workers, they may have come from places like this. So, yes, appreciate service workers. And the service workers really took very good care of us. So, you know, it just makes you think while you're away, you don't know who where people come from and whose ear you have. So speak positively to people when you are in their presence because you can give hope to these people. They may come from poverty, they may come from little or lack, but if you can speak some kind of hope into them, that will encourage them or give them something to remember when they are not in your presence anymore. That's amazing, because you are giving somebody that is given to you, you're giving back to them in that moment, except for, yes, you're going to give them a tip and so on, but it's nice to give hope to people. So yes, you learned, a lot about, taking care of people who are taking care of you. What's a bold promise that you can share with this audience?
Well, a bold promise is to help help people and appreciate the people around you, because you never know who God has called you to serve.
Mm, that's powerful, Noah. Do you go to church?
Yes, Grandma.
I have to ask because people that are listening to this podcast, they don't know that you go to church. So yeah, that is very powerful, and you heard it here, right from the baby's mouth. All right. So what is a bold statement that you can share with your audience that will help them be a better person?
Um, well, the people you surround yourself with help to develop you as a person.
Well, that sounds familiar. Where'd you get that from, Noah?
That was from my TED Talk.
So you're giving them a little piece of your TED Talk. All right. Now, guys, you heard it right here. The people you surround yourself with help to make you a better person, or help to make you who you are. And that was part of Noah's TED Talk. So please share his TED Talk when you get it with your loved ones and with your friends, because it's a deep message. It's pretty positive. Thank you, Noah. I have one more question for you before you go. What's a bold move that you like to make in the future?
A bold move that I would like to make in the future is to finish school all the way, because I see my cousin doing it. So then I would like to do it to get more opportunities. Like, what I would want to do is finance. So
Uh-huh.
um so I know how to control my money better.
Okay.
All of it here, and then the next year I'm going to need that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm probably going to keep doing football so I could get a scholarship.
Okay, so you plan to play football all the way into high school and college?
Hmm.
All right, you gotta be pretty careful. You gotta be really quick. So make sure you are practicing and studying this football thing, because boy, oh boy, oh boy, these football kids they be getting some hits.
Yeah, I did some practice the other day involving some hits, and yeah, they do hit. They do.
Oh my god! But you're wearing proper
Yep,
gear, right?
yep. Wearing the pads and everything. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Okay. Whew, Lordy. What other sports are you interested in?
Swimming. I really, really love swimming. Ever since I was like 4, I love swimming, because I would go to Jamaica and my grandma would give me lessons to swim. And my instructor was very, very good.
Yes.
He
He
was
was strict though.
yeah.
So you're pretty athletic. You swim, you play football, anything else?
Nope.
Okay. How about basketball? Do you play basketball?
No, I don't play basketball.
Oh, okay, okay. And who's the fastest in track? You or Noel?
It's not even a question. Me.
Ah! I guess it's you. Wait. Who's faster, you or me?
You, Grandma.
You haven't beat me yet. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me, Noah. I appreciate you. And thank you for sharing with the audience about your favorite things in the Quantum Leap trip, the Victoria Falls, the safari, the beautiful people, meeting wonderful new people, eating their foods, and just exploring and experiencing different parts of the world and a different culture. And it was so good to travel and see that things are not always as they seem.
Mhm.
So yeah, people, they paint a certain picture of Africa, and then when you get there for yourself, you're like, "Whoa, this is different. This is very different from what the Africa that I've seen." So thank you, thank you, thank you. I know you're not an author yet, but you're an avid reader. What book can you recommend to the audience of the Bold podcast?
Well, I'm going to recommend a book that I was reading in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Born a Crime, and I think you'll like it if you like comedy. And Trevor Noah made it, and he's a stand up comedian, and he's
Uh-huh.
really funny.
The book, I remember you were reading the book, and then I think you started it there because you were like, "Wait a minute, Johannesburg, that's where
Mhm.
I am."
Yeah, and so it takes place in Africa, and
Mm-hmm.
when there was like segregation between like white people and
Mm-hmm.
black people in Africa, and
Mm-hmm.
there were these strict rules where you can't have a baby with a white man, and a white man can't have a baby with the black woman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and so Trevor Noah, what happened to him is a Swedish man. I forgot his name. Not married his mom, but had a baby with his mom, and then
Mm-hmm.
he was into the life. But there were some struggles because they couldn't be seen in public because that's like a
A
huge
crime.
crime. He was born a crime. But you guys should really read the book. I really love it, and I hope I gave you a good explanation of the book.
Certainly, Noah. I haven't read it yet, but you read some parts to me while you were in Africa, and it's exciting. It sound interesting. It sound like something I'd like to read. One of the books I'd like to read. I love novels, but this is not a novel. This is a author biography, and I think he meant to share about his life, but he shared a lot about his mother, how how his mother struggled because of the laws. And I think at one time he was saying that he couldn't walk on the streets with his mother because that's evidence that, he the evidence of her crime. So there was another lady that lived in the neighborhood, and
Mhm.
she was same color as Noah. So whenever his mother was going out, she would plan her trips around this lady so that the lady could walk with Noah. And she would walk one step behind so she could see what's going on and not look like that she was his mother. So that's pretty interesting. Just being there in South Africa, I see that there is still a lot to work on. I
Mhm.
see that the people from there, not everyone, but I see that the people from there, how impactful apartheid was, how it, demoralized and took the power away from these people. And even now, I remember one of the persons in our party went to buy wine, and when she went to buy the wine, they gave her the wrong bottle. And when she went to return it, it was a struggle because the lady didn't have the power to return to switch the bottles. And she was like, "Why not? It's the same cost. I don't see what's the problem." But that was just an example of how the years of people telling you that you have to listen to them or they have to give you the right to do certain things, how though those years still have an impact even now, even 30 years, because apartheid ended I think in 1993 or 94, but even to this day you can still see the effects, especially when we were driving through the towns and the tour guide was sharing with us, or the bus driver was sharing with us, that in this section of a city in Johannesburg, there there was a township built for 17,000 people to live, and in that township 600,000 people live. And that's also an example of, you know, the problem, the powerlessness of most of the people there. So I'm rooting for my South African brothers and sisters, and I was excited to meet so many great people, powerful people there that are in charge and have their own businesses and are doing well, and pushing for more freedom and more equality, and especially um, equitable, instead of just giving people things, making things more equitable. I appreciate this trip so much. I've learned so much, and I appreciate that I was able to share it with you and Noel. I'm so excited for you guys, for the future that you have, just having this under your belt. Your dad traveled a lot also when he was your age, and so, you know, you can share moments with him and talk to him about travels more, because he ain't the only one, honey. Thank you, Noah. I love you so much. I appreciate you. And thanks for joining me today and sharing. I appreciate it. Bye bye. Love you.
Love you too, Grandma, and thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you for joining us for the Bold Book of the Day with Dr. Denise Nicholson, a central hub and a safe space for authors to share their stories. Follow Dr. Denise on Facebook and Instagram at Denise Nicholson, or go to denisenicholson.com. Remember, no one can share your story better than you.